Here we go. Here we go. I'm still saying it, even though Dak stopped saying it. I'm still gonna say it. Here we go. Victory Formation Podcast. Eddie, say what's up to the people.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to learning a little bit about our Dallas Cowboy offense and defensive-less team.
Man,
Our
we had a
offense
few
is
days
awesome.
we had a few days to get over that dismal showing by our defense against the powerhouse that is Bryce Young and Rico Dowdle.
Well, you know what was really tough? I mean, a lot of people having a hard time like swallowing Rico Dowdle talking shit and like calling us out, giving us locker room material, and then coming in and
And actually
basically
doing what he said he was gonna do. Yeah.
doing it. But like after everything came back, when they showed the pictures of like the holes and shit that he was running through,
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, dude, I was like, you could have called in Levon Bell could have got 200 yards on it with the defense.
We so that's what we'll get into later. That's one of our things, man. We dug deep. We called some psychic friends we knew. We prayed to every god out there, like, how can we fix the defense? And
we got out those shovels that dig deep.
Yeah, man.
And we got into
we
it.
had to reach way down. So let's see. What do we got? Any NFL news to say? Anything interesting going on? I know we have the Senior Citizen Bowl this weekend.
The AARP Ben Gable.
Yeah.
With the
yeah, man. Sponsored by Insure and the Golden Girls.
When at the end of the game, the winner's going to get a bucket of Insure dumped on his head. Watch.
Yeah, that's right, man. So,
did you guys ever see that mayonnaise bowl? Did you remember that when they dumped the mayonnaise?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, they're going to do Insure on him.
So that's Steelers versus Bengals.
Man.
So we'll see how that goes. The first person that breaks a hip loses, I guess. I don't know.
We're coming up on the trade deadline, November 4th. What, about 2.5 weeks left? It's heating up.
Almost. And we'll talk about that to see if that can fix the defense. We'll get into that in a minute too.
But we also looking at like the other teams that are going to be sellers too. So we gotta keep an eye on those. And I think next week we'll probably maybe come up with a list of, hey, these might be teams that are selling, not just for Cowboys, but for NFL, because we know that things are going to be moved around.
And what sucks is everybody's looking at, like, our fans are looking at other teams like, oh man, they're sellers. Like, like we're world beaters. Like, we should be sellers too. But our division sucks too. So we're literally one and a half games behind first place. So I mean, we can go on a 2-game winning streak and potentially be in first place. That's how crappy our division is.
Let's reword that. Don't say our division sucks, because even though it doesn't in our hearts, right? So let's just say we're competitive. You're right. We got competitive teams in there.
Yeah, we have a competitive division. So the Eagles are 4-2.
We're not out of it, man. That's wide fucking open. That's the good thing about what, staying up a little bit later and being able to watch that last game, and the Giants and the Eagles and Washington losing, and it was nice.
So the Eagles are 4-2. The C words are 3-3. We're 2-3-1. The New York Giants are 2-4. So the crazy thing about our division is everyone has a negative point differential, except the Commanders. They have plus 32. Like they're up there. Like they're up there with, like, close to the leaders. Like the biggest leader right now, plus the plus differential, is the Colts. They have a plus 78. But everybody else, like they're an anomaly. Everybody else is in the 40. Like in the 40s or below, plus or minus. It's plus 78. It's insane.
It's crazy about the Colts is, like, they just score on every drive too. I don't know if
they do. Like, they don't punt.
So it's like every fucking score. The punter comes out.
Oh, it's insane.
Where'd the punter go? He's up there eating a hot dog or something. They haven't used him in 2.5 games.
Man. And so the Commanders have a plus 32. They're the only ones in the pluses. The Eagles have a -1. We have a -6, believe it or not, because we've been scoring a lot, but we've been letting everybody else score a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Giants have a -23. Like, we have given up 178 points. The only person that's given up more than us is the Detroit Lions. That's 191. That's insane.
That's crazy.
No, I'm sorry. 142. No. I was looking at their points. So we've given up 184. I lied. 4. The only person giving up more than us is the Ravens at 194.
You know what I'd like to do is actually break that down a little bit more later. Maybe next week we'll go into that and see how many of those points were in the second half. Maybe how many points were scored when we're losing.
Look into that.
You know what I mean? Because there is a difference between trying to catch up on teams and being up 33-28 with 53 seconds left and still losing the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We're the best, and we're the best offense in the NFL. The only people who scored more points than us is the Lions at 191. We're second at 178.
Have you seen the chart of Dak versus the other 31 quarterbacks?
Oh my gosh! Like his
he's
thing
so
is
far
in the quadrants.
He's all by himself. It's fucking crazy.
Like I think what Baker Mayfield is doing is fun. I think, but the only reason they have him as far as being a MVP leader is because they're 5-1, and they only have a plus 14, and they have a plus 14 differential, so they're barely winning every game they play. That's unsustainable. As you can see from the Commanders, they were the same last year. They won all of their one-score games. That's not sustainable.
Tough, bro. We're losing games that we're
losing all the
30 games, 30 points on. It doesn't make any sense. Historians are going to look back at the season and go, Dallas was averaging 38 points a game, and they still only won 4 games.
We've talked about it in the Discord. So if we have the worst defense in the NFL, by far, we're 32nd, and if we had the 31st ranked defense, we would be 4-1.
That's such a crazy stat.
That's how bad we are. So bad.
The funny thing is, I saw somebody the other day. They were talking about Dallas, and they're like, Dallas got the 39th ranked defense. I was like, there's only 32 teams in there.
We're 32 teams.
Negative 7 teams. How bad, bro? Ridiculous.
It's so bad. The difference between 32 and 31 is so far. It's so bad.
That's almost like the difference between Dak is at number 1. The difference between him and the number 2 quarterback behind him. Remember last week I said something? I don't know if I told you what the actual figure was, but he's so far above the second leading quarterback that the difference between the second quarterback and what Dak is like the 13th quarterback. That's how far. That's craziness.
And there are people on there, you can tell these people are just trying to get clicks and likes because they tried to blame the game on Dak. Dak hasn't been responsible for any loss this whole season. The closest thing maybe you can say is against the Chicago Bears, maybe. But I don't know how they can say.
We also put him in that position too, because we put him in the position to lose. So it's not like where they do have the argument where they're like, Dak threw 3 interceptions and we couldn't. It's not like that.
He did more than enough to beat the Eagles. He did more than enough to beat the Packers, and he did more than enough to beat. When he walked off the field, he had our team up, and they let him lose, man.
How many times does that happen though? Has that happened 2 or 3 times this year, where we couldn't hold the lead?
We could have beaten we should have beaten the Panthers. We should have beaten the Packers. And it was 50-50 to me with the Eagles. We if we had won that game, I wouldn't have been surprised, but it was 50-50.
Well, if you look at
the only real loss,
if you look at the way that the Eagles are performing, with other teams, though, it's they should have lost to us. We were a better team than the Eagles in Week 1.
Oh, that's so bad. Far. Anyway, yeah. All right, so now we decided to ask the all-knowing eye in the sky being that's going to take over the world in about 5 to 10 years, ChatGPT. We decided to ask him, hey.
I thought you were talking about my daughter.
We were going to ask him, hey, how do you fix our defense?
Let me read the prompt that I gave ChatGPT last night at 2 a.m.
All right, go ahead.
How can the Dallas Cowboys fix this defense Week 7 with the available cap and available free agents Should they trade future draft picks for a current player? So I got about 21 pages of information.
They were very thorough.
Like
very thorough.
ChatGPT was waiting for this. They're like, "Oh, I'm here for this. I've been working on this. So I was waiting for someone to ask this." Boom. And ultimately, I think Prescott and I discussed this beforehand about what we think would be the right avenues to take on this, because there's so many ways. I mean, we could throw the season away, you can trade everybody, you could do, but those are all extremes.
Yeah, fire Eberflus.
It's like, this is $1 billion business. Like, businesses don't just say, "Oh, we had a bad quarter, we're going to fire everybody and then we're going to hire new people." That doesn't happen.
So yeah, we tried to factor in realistic stuff. Like, we know Jerry Jones, he hasn't fired a coach in season since Wade Phillips, when Jason Garrett took over.
Yeah,
I think that was the last time he fired a coach in season.
A couple times. He's threatened, but it's just that he uses that as leverage.
So I do like Jerry Jones does not like paying coaches to not coach. So he doesn't fire coaches. So I don't think he's going to fire unless we go on such a terrible streak, like we give up 3 straight games with 40 points, something extreme, like even worse than now has to happen for him to fire the coach. So I don't think that's going to happen where he fires the coach. So we had to do realistic stuff. So he's not firing the coach. We don't think he's going to be like, "Oh, let's send 2 first-round picks to the Browns for Myles Garrett and pay him the money we didn't want to pay Parson." Nothing crazy like that. We try to do realistic things that they can do. So
what we didn't want to do was make this a quick Madden fix. Like, if you jump on Madden, you turn off salary cap and you maneuver all these things around. This is the real world. It's
not fantasy. Week 7. It's not fantasy.
Yeah, it's week 7. There's feelings involved. There's money involved. There's politics involved, and there's egos involved. And the egos, I think, are the ones that are really standing out above everybody. Like, I put these together. It's going to work. Jerry and Steven both in the last 2 days have said Eberflus is an NFL coach that deserves, the same coach speak that everybody says.
So the reason why I think these are viable is because I think we have a championship offense. We don't have a championship team. We have a championship offense. Our defense is the worst in the league. So if we can somehow turn the defense around to perform even below average, we have a chance to make some noise in the playoffs. But right now, we're not even going to make the playoffs with this defense. Yeah, so that's why we want to fix it to where we can at least get to the playoffs.
It's like we've all been there in our fantasy leagues, right? You start off like 1-3, and you're like, I made some wrong decisions, and this whole season has gone to crap. But then you make 1 or 2 little moves here and there, and you win. You go on a 2-week winning streak, and then you beat the big guy, and then all of a sudden, you're 1 or 2 games out of the playoffs, and you're in contention. This is what this team can do. This is why the ball is shaped the way the ball is shaped oblong, because this isn't basketball. The ball's going to bounce differently. It's going to bounce to us. It's going to bounce somewhere else. You just got to keep playing the same freaking game. Keep doing the same thing.
If we were 1-5, I would, and like say the Eagles were 5-1, I'd be like, nah, let's shut it down. That's 4 games we're trying to catch. But we're literally 1.5 games out of first place. So we can do something. So let's start this. Let's get it done. So
okay, so
what are the 2 options that we came up with?
There was 2 options that we kind of said, this I think would be realistic. First one would be Jerry doesn't like to spend money. It's Jerry or Steven don't like to spend money. So let's look at the least expensive fix for this right this second that will put us in a position. And it really all comes down to is scheme, right? It's not players, because we're not going to spend money on players right now for that in this scenario. It's coming down to scheme. And the scheme is, it's not fire Eberflus because he doesn't have a bad defense. He was put into a position, and shout out to Troy in the Discord, because he brought this up and made me really think about this. It's not it's not that we have crappy players on our team or less talented. We have a really talented roster, and we have a really good coach in Eberflus. It's just that he was put in a position at the very beginning of the season, without his best defensive player, it got pulled out from under his feet.
Yeah,
Micah was gone, and now Eberflus is like, okay, I got to scramble and make this work. And my defense or my scheme, I don't have the players that match this just yet. But I need to teach them. I mean, this is our defense, right? If they went into man like everybody's screaming for them to do, we don't have the safeties to play. I mean, we'd be giving up 40-yard bombs and 60-yard plays all day long. So we're playing this almost like that whole bend don't break, but really like taffy like bend. Hey, we're giving up 99 yards and just hoping we don't give them that last one.
Listen, I looked up the most important stats for defense, and I'm not even going to read what these stats are. I'm just going to read you what our ranking is: 31st, 32nd, 28th, 30th, 32nd, 30th, and these are like points per game, yards per game, points per play, yards per play, touchdowns per game. Like the only thing that we're in the top half of that's even like, oh, that's pretty good is like giveaways. We don't get a lot of, we don't turn the ball over, and we're actually pretty good at red zone defense, which is surprising, but that means we give up a lot of long touchdowns. Like, because our red zone defense is like 11th in the league, but they score so many points because they get long touchdowns. If you notice, almost all their touchdowns are like 20, 30 yards away. So it's like misleading. So we're like terrible, like historical terrible.
If you talk to anybody that's played, you could sit and just ask them, what are the golden rules of football? The first couple ones are, you don't let anybody get deeper than you are. You don't throw the ball late over the middle. You play to the whistle. I mean, it's all these golden rules that are, when you watch the defense play, they're not doing it.
It's like they're trying to break those golden rules. Like, let's see how many we can break and still win this game. It's like it's not working.
It's almost like they've gotten together and they were like, let's see what we can do to get another coach, or I don't know.
Yeah. So what's the worst part of our defense that we need to fix first, scheme wise? What did ChatGPT tell us?
Oh, I wasn't on that. I was talking to, let me pull it up here.
So if I had to guess, I would say the first thing we need to do is switch up, like make the scheme more variable instead of, like, for instance, the first two games of the year, they played 99.9% zone. I think it was 100%. I got to go back and check, but it was like they might have ran one play man on man.
It was 100% up to week 3
zone. Yes, and so it was so predictable. That's why, and that's a testament to how terrible Hurts was. He's the only quarterback that didn't kill us. Every other quarterback had a field day against us. Hurts had a pedestrian 100 and some yard game, and they sucked.
Out of everybody, Russell Wilson had a career game against us, and he can't even, like, they don't even want him in the locker room anymore.
Complete a pass. Like,
he's knocking on the door, and they're like, no one's here. And he's like, oh man, we got practice right now. And they're like, that's Russ. He's don't open the door for Russ. But that's a good point of what you're saying. I think the first thing on the scheme that ChatGPT came up with was, let's not only change the fact that you're calling different plays now, but let's focus on getting a little bit more, let's focus on the secondary at first, right? I just found out, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but do you know who our secondary coach is?
No, but man, I saw his name the other day. I forgot.
Darian Thompson is our secondary coach. You remember the safety that played for us that couldn't play safety?
Yeah, he did play for us, yeah.
He's our defensive back. He's our secondary coach. He's in charge of our secondary. Like Jerry said, oh man, I can't sign Al. I'll sign Darian Thompson because he's probably will be just as good. No. So the first thing I think that we need to do is kind of step that part up.
Oh,
because
man.
If anybody knows about defense, is that it's like a tightrope that, the pass rush helps the secondary, and the secondary helps the pass rush. But really, really up front because of the way the game is played. It's the pass rush that affects first. Has to be. Ultimately, I mean, in some of the plays, it was the pass coverage first, like that 4th and 3 where we didn't cover the receivers, and he just has to take a half step drop and get the ball off. But obviously, the pass rush isn't going to get there. But in 60 plays of a game, probably 50 of them are affected by some sort of pass rush or no pass rush. And right now, we have no pass rush at all.
Zero.
In the beginning of the season, our defensive, remember, we were talking about this. We said, what is the strongest room that we have on our team? And our defensive end room was one of the strongest rooms that we had with Micah. Like, because we drafted Easy, and we're like, why did we draft him? He's so good. This is like icing on the cake. We have Nealon.
Yeah.
We signed what's the name from Washington, who was playing out of his mind last year.
Fowler, yeah.
Yeah, and we got back Sam Williams, and we're like, oh my God, this is going to be great. Now we're sitting week 7, and our defense has 6 sacks. 3.5 of them are from one guy.
That's James Houston.
That's fucking James Houston.
That's James Houston.
We even brought a War Eagle in halfway through the season, and that guy hasn't even. I mean, I think he has a sack, but I think that sack was on accident. That quarterback ran into him. But think about it. Like, how are our defensive backs going to cover receivers for 14 seconds? Because our defensive linemen are like playing patty cake with the offensive linemen. It's crazy. The quarterbacks are just like, they're looking at all their choices, all their choices. It's ridiculous.
They go through their progressions twice, and they still, that guy's wide open now. But oh man,
he's talking to him. He's like, get open. He's like pointing to him. They're talking back and forth. It's ridiculous.
So I remember. So this past game, they released the PFF grades for defense. Ezra had a great game according to PFF. They all suck, but Ezra had a great game according to them. He had a 92.1. The next highest person on defense had a 64. That was Deron Bland. Everybody else was under a 64 on defense. That's how bad it was.
You know what I also saw was, I don't know if you saw that tweet, but a bigger writer tweeted out that picture of Sam Williams on that screen getting blocked by the receiver. Like the receiver was literally driving him out of the screen.
That was the tight end. I remember that the tight end was blocking him off the
not the run.
I remember that
screen.
But it was okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
it was a run.
It was a screen.
It was a run where he got blocked too.
It was
he got killed by the tight end. Yeah.
That was the one where where Reddy didn't come up and fill for Sam. Like Sam, the way the defense has got Sam crashes down. Reddy has to come up and fill for Sam right away, and Reddy didn't. And Sam got blocked by a tight end, and Tremble blocked Sam like he was taking him to the woodshed.
Yeah.
But the one picture I'm talking about was when he was about 17 yards away from the play, getting pushed out of bounds by a receiver. He is like 6'6", 270.
Man, he's a defensive lineman. Like that makes zero sense.
He's a monster, bro. I don't get it. And then so what I'm saying is like that picture was tweeted out, and you know what he did? Sam went ahead and replied and just laughed. He had it with that laughing emoji. Like that's the attitude right now that we're in. Like it's not even it's just strange.
So looking at the scheme, so the one problem I have with the scheme is Eberflus inherited a lot of press man corners, aggressive corners, but he has them playing bend but don't break, let them catch it and then make the sure tackle. Keep everything in front of you, and the bad communication, as opposed to what you could tell, because when Quinn was here, they excelled at being aggressive, trying to get turnovers, rushing the passer. And it's like everything they excelled at under Quinn, they're doing the exact opposite under Eberflus. Now, that doesn't mean Eberflus's system is bad. It's just that they have way too many players that don't fit his system. So it's like, but as a professional, like say you had a job and you're like, man, you know what? You're all we got. We're gonna do this. You got the professionals. You can handle it. Like say you're a salesperson and you got the gift of gab and you can talk people into buying stuff. But then you start doing your thing, and your boss comes in like, no, we have this script right here. If they say this, you say this. If they say this, you say this. But I'm the top salesman. I made $1 million in sales last year, and it was all from me, freestyling out the top of my head, relating with the customer. Like, no, if they say this, you say this. And that's basically what they're doing with our defense. We want you to do this, this, and this all the time.
That's a great analogy. 100%. Let me twist it a little bit with that same analogy. And what do you think? How this is how I see our defense right now. Eberflus is somebody like he's a teacher, right? And he gives them an assignment. This class's assignment. He's a really good teacher, and he gives it to them. But they all speak Spanish. The whole class speaks Spanish. They have experience in that class, but they don't understand what he's trying to tell them. But he keeps giving it to them because he has to. This is the test. You have to pass this test. And the whole defense, the whole class speaks Spanish, and they're talking to each other in Spanish. Like they're bonding together just like our defense is. And it's almost like the coaches are against the players and back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what happened this week was that, a lot of players started coming out and being and like, hey, I told them, we need to do this and we need to do this.
And in that situation, it's like, you're right. The whole class speaks Spanish. And instead of Eberflus learning Spanish so he can communicate, he just yells at them in louder, slower English. Like, yes. Why can't y'all understand? Like, because we don't speak English, we speak Spanish. So instead of him learning Spanish, he wants them to all learn English on his terms. So it's like, that's where, to me, that's where the disconnect happens.
Now we're week 7. Where do we go?
Yeah.
do we give Eberflus a English Spanish dictionary?
Yeah. So now the principal needs to pull Eberflus aside. Yeah. And it's
there we go.
Like, hey, we need to do something. Like Shotty said he did. He said he had to talk with him to simplify the defense, and it actually kind of worked against the last game, not this game. Yeah, it kind of worked. But then it's like they took a step. It's like, I guess. Shotty was like, okay, I talked to him. He did good. And let me take a step back. And then Flus was like, okay, all the adults are gone. Let's do whatever we want now. And so that's what he did last game.
I think we got excited and overzealous, and we needed to figure out that we played a Justin Fields Jets team. Not
exactly.
We didn't just play the Chiefs.
Fields is not a real quarterback, and so he showed up at the right time.
Our defense is sick.
All right. So the next thing that ChatGPT came up with was personnel changes. Personnel changes. So what they suggest for us to do?
So there was a couple of differences about the trades as well. It was, do we go all out? We have capital. We have 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years. Do we utilize anything? But then it came back and it said, let's look at another option, like a cheaper option. Let's look at a Stephen Jones option. Who's out there that's $2 million and less? Can we trade for them? That's what they're going to do. So I think the first one was really looking at the landscape of the NFL, what we have available, what we can pay, what's not going to hurt us the most. And I think the first thing that it saw was, let's get somebody to rush the passer. And right away it was Cincinnati is
Hendrickson.
In turmoil. They have a player that's on his contract year. He's gotten, I don't know how real those back injury is and stuff, but I don't think he wants to play there. ChatGPT thought, throwing, a pick or 2 at them, allowing him to come in would be good. But the drawback to that is, say we do give up a second round pick for him, like it was saying.
Yeah, that was the highest. Yeah, second round.
Yeah, second round pick, we bring him in and we crash, like we don't do anything. We win 3 games for the rest of the year. Then we just gave up a second for that, because he's not going to re-sign with us. It's going to be
well,
expensive.
he just
we could.
He just signed a 1 year extension, so I think that they would have him for another year.
The end of this year. I thought it was just
really?
the end of this year.
Oh, okay, I thought it was for another year. You might be right. I haven't looked it up.
But that's what ChatGPT said at the end as to why is because we would give up a second for not,
a second and a conditional fifth that becomes a fourth if he hits like 10 sacks. One of those things.
Yeah, something like that. That would make sense. I wouldn't mind if we did that.
They gave 4 names that were like legit, realistic targets. He was the number 1. Then they said Kayvon Thibodeau from the Giants, Bradley Chubb from the Dolphins, and Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins. Which I wouldn't be upset with any of those 4. To me, all 4 of those are realistic, except
I think one of the Dolphins has a high salary. I think, and I think that was the only thing.
That's probably
which
right.
one was that? Was it Phillips? I think. But either way, whatever. But you got to pay for sacks. We're not going to get a discount.
You got to.
I'm tired of getting a fucking dollar store defensive end.
They need to stop getting discount players and think that, and because we were okay getting discount players when you were paying your drafted players. But now that you're trading your drafted players, then you got to flip the script and start paying for free agents.
We were also good when getting all these discounted players when Howie Roseman wasn't over there with Daddy's credit card, spending everything that he could. Like that.
I can't wait for that bill to come due.
Yeah. I saw it the other day. In 2029, they're already like $107 million over the cap.
They're gonna have to let a lot of people go. A lot of people go.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like we have to compete with that. We have to compete with the Joneses now, and you can't just sit back and be like, we're the Dallas Cowboys. People are going to come here. No, they're not going to just come here if Howie Roseman is going to give him $50 million a year, and it's not going to happen.
Before Leofau and Shamar James started playing pretty good, I would have said linebacker was one, but they started coming on these last 2 or 3 games. So I don't think that's as much as a need as it used to be. I think defensive line is number 1, and then defensive back, I lump that in. Safety and cornerback is more of a pressing need than they need to find zone cornerbacks. Like old buddy played for the whose dad played, Asante Samuel Jr. He is a good zone cornerback.
Well, I know he has the ChatGPT put a corner that was zone heavy.
Newsome.
Yeah.
For the Browns. He's an excellent
quarterback. They're cornerback heavy right now.
They are,
and
he would be an excellent addition. Yeah, he's an excellent addition. Except they just paid Bland, and they're paying Diggs big money this year. That's why I don't think he'll do it.
Diggs is gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Diggs isn't going to be on the team next year. So you got to think about
this year, they're still paying him, so I don't think they're going to do anything this year for him. But next year, definitely.
Well, what I'm saying is, what ChatGPT said. No, I know, but
it makes sense.
Yeah, you got to understand is that cornerback there, his salary is $2 million a year. We're paying Diggs $20 million. We're paying Bland $20 million. So a $2 million hit, I think they would bring that in because that's just like these 1-year deals that they're shedding out to all these other guys. I mean,
one of them would have to sit, and both of them are quote unquote healthy.
They're going to cut Elam. He's not going to be on the team anymore. He's not even playing snaps anymore.
I had such high hopes for him. I thought he was going to be a steal, but
they took away all the snaps last week.
So hopefully, Kalen Carson is a good zone cornerback, and he can take either Bland or Diggs' job. I don't know. I don't know.
How many fingers can we cross at the same time? I cross my toes and shit.
I mean, Shamar James turned out to be pretty good. Like he's on pace to break records as a rookie linebacker. He's getting 15 tackles a game.
But it's not even that. It's the sheer percentage of the tackles, right? Like he's only missing like 2 tackles. It's crazy. It's something. It's like
Sanborn is like missing 8, and he's missing like 8 tackles a game, or else he would be leading the league in tackles because our defensive line is not tackling anybody.
So I was listening to Broadus last night too. He said, and I believe him because I'm a big Sanborn fan. Before he came to Dallas, I was a huge Sanborn fan.
I thought he was going to be
what he was saying was he was saying that if any game that we needed Jack Sanborn was last week, because he is so good at getting downhill to the backs
and tackling the running back.
That's what Kenneth Murray can't do. He's stuck in this quicksand. He recognizes it, but he just is like, oh shit, that running back's over there is running.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't think you have to make a move towards it, and that's what James
Murray's better at coverage. Yeah, Murray's better at coverage, which we really don't need, and Sanborn's better at straight line. Like if you stretch him sideline to sideline, Sanborn's useless. He's a straight, and that's why I don't understand why he played so bad in this game. Like this should have been his game.
What was funny was there was a picture that showed when Leofau was in there, Kenneth Murray was right in the middle, and Leofau was pointing. The guards were pulling. That guard was already past the center, right? So it wasn't like he was just turning to go. He was already past the center to pull that way, and Leofau has his arm in front of Kenneth Murray. Kenneth Murray's still standing in his linebacker stance, and Leofau has his arm pointing with both fingers in front of his face, and his body is in motion, and Kenneth Murray's still stuck like he's a candle. I don't get it.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, these are professional. Like, this isn't 7th grade middle school football. Like, or you're trying to teach them. These are professional football players getting paid. Like, they look like they're just playing football for the first time. Like, what do I do here? Like, it blows my mind. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But anyway, so looking at ChatGPT, those were the two things that we talked about. We looked at scheme, then we looked at possible players. And to me, those are both the issues that we have. We're missing vital players, and the scheme doesn't match the players we do have. So it's like for Eberflus, he's going to have to, drop his pride and be like, hey, I want my team to be successful, so I'm going to have to switch some stuff up.
So in Reddit and in YouTube, in the chat, do us a favor. What I want you guys to do is tell us what you guys think is probably the most important and the quickest way that we can turn something around. Do you think it's the personnel? Do you think we could just do a quick trade before November 4th? Or do you think that we can, put something together in a week where change some schemes around, change the flow of how the players in the rotation? Give us some ideas of what you guys are thinking, because
we know we need both, but which one you think is more important, or which one you think would be more effective that we can actually do?
What other ideas do you guys have? Or because we're banging our heads against the wall here,
man,
and trying to
figure this out. We need to execute Eberflus in front of the team to show, like we're not.
I got a conference call with Jerry and Steven I got a conference call with Jerry and Steven on Thursday morning so we can fix this. So somebody give me some ideas.
So Quinn is making his debut back. Let's talk about what we expect to happen against the Washington Seawords. What do you think?
I wasn't really impressed with Washington against Chicago.
Me neither. I was not.
Bill's gonna be a tough stop. He's a good running back.
Yeah,
he's fast. He's smart. He's young enough to not know what he's doing wrong. Jaden Daniels is a threat. They don't have any receivers right now. They have Debo, and that's about it. Everybody else is hurt.
What's crazy is we did pretty good against Justin Fields, and I think Fields is a much better running quarterback than Daniels, but Daniels is a better passer. Overall, he's a better quarterback than Fields. Well, overall, everybody's a better quarterback than Fields, but but he's more dangerous. And so I think if we can control him to where on 3rd and 6, we don't let him dance around, then run around the edge and get 7 yards for a first down. Like, that's the bad. If we could control that, we have a chance. Please, if our defense can just be 25th in the league, we can win this game.
The 100% key of this game is going to be, in my opinion, is the Cowboy killer tight end that they have every single day. What's his name from the Eagles that's on there on the Redskins? No, on the Redskins.
Ertz. Yeah, Ertz.
Yeah. Ertz is a Cowboy killer, and it's
he
like
is.
I don't understand how
since he got to the league. It's like
it's ridiculous.
I don't know. He sees the Cowboys. He's like, yep, I'm gonna have a good game today.
So our linebackers and our safeties have to be on point with this because he just gets open. He's going to be that third down option every single time to get open. We just need to cover him. And it's going to piss me off because there is going to be like 3 or 4 drags that he's just wide open. Watch.
And what's crazy is if we win, we're in sole possession of second place. And if the Eagles lose, we're a half a game behind them for the division. Like, that's how close we are. Like, I don't expect us to win, but I hope we win. If we win, we're going to win barely. It's going to be a high-scoring game. The same thing, 40-37.
Don't let this be a year where, we turn this around and we end up having the 21st pick because we didn't make the playoffs. Something like that.
I'm like, I want us to suck now. Like, if we're not going to make the playoffs, let's suck now. Don't let us go all the way to the end and miss the playoffs by half a game, or I had to play to get into the playoffs the last game. I don't want that, man.
So you get the number. So you get the 5th pick of the dynasty draft. That
yeah,
sucks. No. You know what I mean?
Man, that's anyway.
But it's all right.
But anyway,
it's I'm excited because this is a rivalry game. This is this division game. When it's Cowboys versus Indians, old school, right? They've been our rival for a long time. They've had our number. We've had their number.
We hate them, and they hate us. So
it's always been that way.
Let's do it. But so hopefully we'll have a Victory Monday to talk about next week. I'm gonna hope something drastic happens, like a light switch comes on. Eberflus, in his genius mind, comes up with a defensive plan for the ages. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So, but we'll let y'all know next week.
If it's Victory Monday, I think that we should play Sounds of the Sidelines on from now on. If we win and Sounds for the Sidelines is out, I think we should play it on here because it's one of my favorite things in the world. I love
sounds. I love Sounds from the Sideline. Well, all right. Anyway, so y'all stay tuned, and we'll have some. We'll either be happy or sad next week. Let me come on here.
We're gonna be happy either way, bro. We gotta be happy either way. We're Dallas Cowboy fans. This is our first rodeo. This is the first time that we've gotten our hearts broken. But
I've been making sad cowboy noises for the last 3 days.
Right here. This right here.
Nah.
And that thing that you have right here. That Dallas Cowboy star right there is the reason that we are. I mean, we've been to the pinnacle, and now we're riding the coattails. So we'll get back there. We'll get back there.
All right, Eddie. So tell the people how you feeling, so we can head on out. Give them a positive message.
Let's do it. Hey, I was just watching the news earlier. The world's crazy right now. Pick people up. Pick people up. Call.
Be kind.
I mean, not pick them in your car. Don't pick them up in your car. I'm talking about be nice, right? Smile. Tell somebody that they look nice tomorrow. Do something for somebody that you normally wouldn't do. It'll come back to you, but just don't be ugly. That's all I'm saying.
Please don't.
Tell your kids you love them. We'll see you guys next week.
That'll work. Cowboys win 40-37. That's what I'm saying. That seems to be the magic number.
Yeah, back in we've been doing this all week. We're like 25, 26. No, we're the Dallas Cowboys. 40, we score over 34.
We got to score 40 to win every game this season. So we'll see. But anyway.
Later.